Another is
Richard
bodhisattva.
Duffee.
Bodhisattva is mindfulness. It is staying quite alert to where you are and all of your surroundings and feelings and so on. This is to Herb, with anacondas and panthers, but I hope no dogs. It's November, Herb. Neeraj, it's my wife. Neeraj is learned, he knew my wife and so on, and so this is to him, sorry. It's November, Herb. Neeraj is learning parallel parking. We didn't want to use a driver's school, but I just found out that now the state demands a driver's school certificate, and the cheapest course is over 2 weeks of our income. The standard state business of grinding the faces of the poor to enrich private business. The DMV driver's manual didn't mention that, but it was printed in 2005 before the state stopped printing those booklets. Now they just use the website so people without computers won't be able to learn to drive. The way they're going, soon only the newest computer will be able to save your citizenship. And I figure they're reinventing debtor's prison, privatized of course, in case you don't buy health insurance. Neeraj is still afraid to try parking behind real cars. North Stamford car owners are touchy as sensitive plants. Thinking how much we'd owe if she touched one, she won't get within 20 feet of their bumpers, so we use leaf piles. She pulls in behind one that could be covering an anaconda that swallowed a baby right whale beached on the mouth of the Amazon. Maybe it got here on Mr. Hernandez's lawn care truck. And we figure we better start naming these piles. So that one's Harry, and across the street is Betty, and the next one down the block is Alexander Dumas. Because when you can still imagine heroism is good for something, musketeers make gallivanting look worthwhile. But I don't know why Harry's Harry or Betty's Betty, unless she's Elizabeth II in disguise. And after all the money she's soaked up from cockneys, why wouldn't she want a disguise? I say, don't worry, Neeraj, it's not a car. So she drives so far up Harry's tail, the leaves crunch like they're eating crackers. But Harry doesn't move a muscle. I say, that proves it. He's completely out of it. Don't ever eat a right whale, even a baby, in a single bite. Any old car can drive right over you. It can cost you your life. And see, the Buddha's right. Overeating and sleep destroy your chances for enlightenment. Which, of course, applies to me, not her. Which I don't mention. But why should I? She knows. I feel the faintest twinge of the satisfaction ad men, salesmen, negotiators, lawyers, politicians, shamans, evangelists, and all the other sophists and con men, the whole gigantic genus of persuaders feel when producing a totally fallacious proof. The satisfaction of making someone believe something utterly idiotic. The satisfaction essential for success in our world. The satisfaction of deceit. Except she has no temptation to believe a word of it. She just puts up with me because she loves me and lets me find happiness in lying for fun. Now, these leaf piles, they're like us. As the Buddha says, they're aggregates, like everything else that exists. So, of course, they come apart, which is why it's funny to name them, just like it should be funny for us to have names. You've had nearly 9 months now, Herb. I figure you're being born again. Not Christian for sure, but why come back to some crew that doesn't believe in reincarnation? You might like Hindu, Reddy or Kama, some once-born caste with power, not too snooty, let alone ascetic, which you couldn't stand. You wouldn't even like Buddhist moderation, no matter how much enlightenment it got you. And you've made short shrift of Bardo. You wouldn't want to wait around the full 7 weeks. You'd want to find your new mom and pop going at it as soon as you could. And you wouldn't want to hang out too long in your ma either. You'd want to get out here where the action is. So I figure you're with us again already. Scorpio, I guess. But I'm somebody else's calendar. Now, you'll remember not to trust chiropractors, won't you? You're not going to make any deals with them, right? Not going to give them what they deserve. Just cool it a couple of lifetimes. I hope you won't go back into the arms business. Please try my livelihood this time. You want to make money? Well, you enjoy that. Just give most of it away, will you? Remember that night at the bookstore, you looked over my shoulder at the Atheist Manifesto, and you put your finger on a sentence that claimed Christianity, Islam, and Judaism were life-denying, and demanded, "Why are you reading that book? That's not true. All the rabbis say we should take pleasure in life." In a tone that told me that my stock had plummeted 18 points and you were selling fast. Stiff judgment for opening the book. You know, last night I got into an argument with this smug investment banker. Just the kind of guy who gets my goat. Because he's so incredibly good at using the tone of a tax court judge to make a few select facts stand in for 1,000 he's deleted. He believes in funding political parties on the same terms he gives loans to entrepreneurs, because if they make money, he will, and thinks the state should do the same. I say the campaign finance law sets no limit on funding. Instead of that, its limit is so far above all previous levels, it's entirely ineffectual, as I should have said. Which, with the example he won't listen to, is so resoundingly true it beggars dispute. Time after time, he condescendingly tries to make it look like I'm contradicting myself, giving me the unpacifistic and unsocratic desire to punch him, but merely making me raise my voice instead, which gives him the chance to divert the subject yet again by staring into my eyes and saying, "Are you going to lower your voice?" As if the Connecticut upper class all wore decibel meters, and my limit is 58. Then he has the gall to tell me he loves it that I think there should be spending limits, which makes me tell him to say what he means instead of using his damn sarcasm, which makes him tell me he doesn't give a shit whether I care about that, which makes me say, "I can't believe you give a shit about anything I care about, so I specify that one," and walk away fuming. So where's my Bodhisita gone? There I am, identifying with blatant, pure feeling, just another aggregate with no self of its own. So if I die now, my spirit will go wandering, looking for a mating couple in whose loins I can settle down. And at this rate, what couple will I spot? A pair of dogs! So I can come back to make the most of my feelings, which I can reduce to pure, inarticulate sentiment. Woof, 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 arf, 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 woof, woof, woof. And who would find me but an investment banker who'd buy me to guard his house? Save me from this fate, Herb. Come back and buy up every loudmouth dog you can find. But I figure you'll prefer to work with panthers. Keep them well fed so they'll roll on their backs and let you rub their bellies. Find some zoo or circus and work your way up to the snow leopard. Be the only man she'll tolerate. I hope it's a good life for you next time, Herb. Hope you don't leave so abruptly.